Interestingly, El Jarreau was reported to initially turned down a professional football contract. Yeah, that incredible scat man, the late great Al Jarreau. Can imagine that. Because he'd be scatting past. Imagine if he played football and he was like, tooty bop, batty bop, bop. And you could see him just scatting by. But yeah, that was the story that he turned down a professional football contract. And I think it's music's game. There are a lot of talented people who do different forms of other forms of entertainment, but to think that one of the greatest all around musical talents turned down, well, he's not the only one. It's kind of like when Louis Gossett Jr. turned down playing pro ball with the New York Knicks. He had a professional tryout and he went to acting. Well, it happens. There are people who actually were good at other things and that they went in and we were fortunate to have them for the arts that they did. So anyway, yeah, it was an interesting story because like I always like finding these tidbits about different people, and it's thinking like, wow, Al Jarreau could have been playing football, and you get Scooby Doo because you think, huh? But he was pretty built, and he was actually a track and field. He actually, there are a lot of athletes. When you're doing vocal gymnastics with your voice, you have to have athleticism. I didn't look into it with Johnny Mathis, but Johnny Mathis was a track and field in Frisco. So you would imagine that hey, that kind of goes with the territory. So athleticism, stamina, because you're going to be doing a lot of movement, even if you just sit on the stoop. Most of the athletes, vocalists, so that's not because it's a lot of lung capacity trajectory. So it's interesting though when I think about it with Al Jarreau. I was like, wow, Al Jarreau, okay. But then again, it was like it makes sense because he was the way he was very acrobatic, his movements, his cadences, So, um, the fact that he turned down a professional football career is like, wow, Al Jarreau could have been playing. And I could see it. I could see it. It'll be amazing though. He catches a ball and he starts scatting, and you'd be like, wow. But when you think about it, he was one of the greatest artists ever. I spent a lot of time talking about him because I remember in the 80s, I said, well, what was happening at the time? He was like sandwiched in between. You couldn't imagine that today. People had a whole different appreciation and dynamic for what was going on in music. I don't think they were just as ages and stylish as they are today. I really don't. Couldn't imagine today that you have Little Yachty on one end and Kendrick and Drake, and then you have Bobby McFerrin sandwiched between Jay Quiz, and some of the acts that are out there. I couldn't imagine that. But back in the day, that was normalized. Music hit differently, and if you had the stuff, you had the stuff. It wasn't like it is now, where everything is so compartmentalized and put there. But um, it's always good when you think about cats that were, dare I say, multi-dimensional, and then they were taking on different fields. So this was a good one to hearing that he turned down a professional football contract to be a vocalist and artist and left a lasting mark. Because he's one of those kind of people you think he would have hit anything he did because he was something else though. But anyway, that was a good tidbit to find out. When you find out about certain people, you get really enlightened by it. It's like, wow, that gives them a different shine, a different light. So anyway though, let me know what you think about that. Could you have seen Al Jarreau as a professional football player? It'd have been interesting when he hits those notes, but he was very, very, very mobile, and very in dexterity. So please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests come through, stay safe, stay blessed, stay welcome. Out peace.